Brendan Pantoa, Mai Forsberg, and Julie Grommenhoek are your officials here for the Big Ten Tournament Championship. And well, you know what? A first-time meeting here in the Big Ten Tournament Championship between these two schools. One jump ball isn't good enough. We're going to do it twice.
That's right. A little more airtime here.
It's Kennedy Smith who wins the tip. Von Oelhoffen, another one of the transfers here for USC, will get things started off the hands of Iriafen, and the turnover on the first possession for SC. USC comes in with a 28-2 overall record. They lost early this season to a Notre Dame team. They said they learned a lot from that loss. They also took one on the chin at Iowa in the Caitlin Clark retirement jersey game. And there's a tough shot.
Coach Close knows she can just put in the game, and she's going to do what she needs to do.
Now, she drew up a Hawkes bucket in the first possession of the semifinal. Corey Close talks about how she draws it up for Hawkes again. They've actually handed UCLA its only 2 losses of the season. The Bruins come in 27-2. And Dugalich with the three-pointer.
And really what Corey Close preached to us was that they just got out-toughed, if that's even the right word. But USC has played with a measure of toughness the first 2 times they've played each other.
Juju Watkins gives it up. Baseline, that's a tough 2 to try to get there from Marshall. And Watkins draws the foul. She is so good at getting herself to the free throw line. And Watkins misses the really good, like I said, at getting to the free throw line.
And I thought yesterday she looked a little tired in that game.
No problem with it, but Michigan ran her down, especially in the first half. In fact, she didn't get to the free throw line until the second half of that semifinal against the Wolverines. Betts, pump fake, spin move. She's got all the moves on that move.
And that's a really nice job. We talked to her yesterday, and she just told us, I got to let the game just come to me. And right there you saw she had a good situation.
I'm assuming, yeah, Hawkes will have to take a seat, and that's huge.
And they've called it pretty tight throughout this tournament.
Juju was trying to post up in the mid-post with a 3rd turnover here for SC. And the Bruins trying to push the pace here a little bit. Reset here in the half court. Jones had a big semifinal.
Corey Close would prefer this to be a half-court grind-it-out game.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Rice off the dribble, takes the bet screen, pulls up from mid-range, draws the foul, can't get the bucket. After 60 minutes and streaming on Paramount Plus.
And begging for them to have a player-led team. And that's been something that's helped them down the stretch here.
And we see a zone look here for UCLA. They worked on it a little bit in the semifinals. Iriafen, though, gets her first bucket. It allowed them to work on different things, and zone defense was a little bit that they were working on against the Buckeyes. Jones picking up where she left off in that semifinal. She was red hot. She had 6 threes against the Buckeyes.
Totally lit it up.
Watkins driving, and Juju Watkins on the board with a field goal. The first field goal of the afternoon. There's Parker. UCLA might be using Janiah Barker just a little bit more, looking towards her way a little bit more here this afternoon as Watkins. She's the Big Ten Player of the Year. Well, she leads the Big Ten in scoring. And Leah Samuels she does, picks the pocket. Iriafen with the finish, but that Malia Samuels. SC's first lead after that turnover, a 7-0 run here for the Trojans. Watkins with the crossover, charging towards the buckets. And Juju Watkins coming out of this timeout. UCLA had to recollect itself. We'll see what they come out with this timeout. Jones, a baseline jumper, that's a 2-pointer. USC clears. Here's Watkins. This transition has kind of freed her up a little bit. We got a kickball. UCLA have had all kinds of trouble. They've only 2 losses to the Trojans, and they're perfect against everyone else this year.
Yeah, I think it's just been a little bit of a matchup problem. And right here, Juju Watkins being doubled.
Samuels poised. She has been big. Got increased playing time for SC in the semi.
You can win games in this situation.
UCLA. Samuels' hesitation. She's got 8 seconds on the shot clock to work with. Gives it up. Pump fake by Howell, who's in trouble. Back to Samuels, who lets it fly. Oh, wow. A couple of big buckets off the bench.
That was really good defense, better offense. I mean, that was a difficult shot from Samuels. She knows how to make the right decisions at the right time.
She's a perfect 2 for 2 from 3. Diving on the floor. Watkins looking to save it. And it's off to the races there for the bucket. And the putback is good by Avery Howell.
That was great hustle by Watkins.
And again, quick hands, the deflection. They're going to be up against it here with the shot clock. Single digits here to work with for Jones. That hesitation drive and the kick out. 5 on the shot clock from the corner. It's another three-pointer.
Jones is on Watkins here. That's a matchup.
On Olhoffen. A post-entry pass and the finish. Akunwafo.
Really nice patience there from the Trojans.
Akunwafo defending Betts. That's where she's excelled in the series. The drive from Jones looking for Betts. Betts hangs on, but she's got 2 Trojans hanging on too. Another look at that Bruin zone. USC trying to bust this zone on this possession. 9 seconds left in the quarter. They turn it over. Kiki Rice. Transition look and the finish on the left side. Her first field goal, and that'll be the final play of the quarter.
Yeah, I mean, we already saw Notre Dame lose. I mean, there's just so much still happening right now as we speak. But Corey Close making a really good point to AJ. She wants them to be hustling more, and that goes with rebounding. 10-2 on the glass here.
Kiki Rice takes the first shot of the second quarter. Hesitation. Watkins splitting the defense like they're not even there, but can't pay it off with the lay-in. Olhoffen gives it up. Here's Rhea Marshall attacking in and out. Boy, USC's pursuing the offensive boards, but UCLA clears. Rice taking a peek. Betts had about 1 touch in what seemed like the final 5 minutes of the first quarter. Here's Jaquez, who's back in the game.
She needs to get that ball.
As she does, she gives it up to her teammate Dudley, who can't get the reverse. UCLA struggling to put up some points, but persistence paying off. Watkins picks up her dribble. Smith passes up the shot, the skip pass.
Good movement from USC.
Boy, they love her, the Oregon State transfer, and then you add in Iriafin, the transfer from Stanford, and they have put together the pieces. There is Dugalich with the deep shot, which is that three-pointer has been UCLA's friend. They're 5 for 5.
And she's a 36% three-point shooter.
Not today. Smith, a tough shot from the baseline. By the way, South Carolina taking care of Texas in that SEC championship. And so with Texas losing, a chance possibly, if USC wins, UCLA wins, possibly for the #1 overall seed for the winner of this game. Dugalich works it over to Rice. And again, a post touch here for Betts. She hasn't had many of those, but she goes right at the bucket. UCLA needs more of that.
Yeah, that's terrific. Lauren Betts just at her size, 6'7", able to turn and face and put it on the deck. Just a unique skill.
Iriafin. Jones trying the crossover on Iriafin. Here's Gardner. Dugalich, post touch. Bodies go flying. Gardner gets an open look at it. And Dugalich pursuing the offensive rebound. Watkins against Barker. Keep an eye on that matchup. Barker makes it tough. USC, though, another opportunity, and paying it off is Howell for 3. Julian, how about 9 offensive rebounds for USC? They've generated 6 points off of those boards. Here's Barker. going right at Howell. Thinks that maybe she can be the one that can take pressure off Lauren Betts. Bracket week continues over on CBS Sports Network all week long. Catch non-stop conference tournament action featuring 10 championship matchups across the men's and the women's game. Best time of year to be a basketball fan is March.
That's right, here we go. Nice dive.
The cut from Watkins, the foul by UCLA. Juju Watkins. Here she is with the ball, gives it back up. Gardner's had some big buckets for the Bruins, but feeds Barker there on the inside and draws the foul against Iriafen.
Iriafen out of the game here, giving her a little breather.
Barker, also a transfer from Texas A&M. The most minutes actually she's played in her career was as a freshman with the Aggies. Average about 23 minutes per game. That free throw won't count. How about that? The top 3 scorers in two combined seasons, all from the Big Ten.
It really is impressive to see how competitive this conference has been. The fact that 12 teams could get in the NCAA tournament, I mean, that's just huge.
And Watkins again drawing yet another foul.
And that's what makes her so tough to cover. I mean, there's so many things she does well, but getting to the free throw line is just one of those many things. It's one of those special ones. The way she elevates her game. Something that's not teachable about how she plays the game.
What I like is that free throw went in, but it hit rim, and she kind of shook her head as she backpedaled back. She's not used to her free throws hitting rim. USC just hawking Rice at the midcourt area. Rice gets it right back, crossover, draws the foul, body bucket and one for Kiki. A little shake and bake. Very close said to her, that might be your defining moment as a leader. And we have absolutely begged our team, this Bruin team, to be a player-led team. Comes back to get it.
You see the double team here.
Almost lost her footing. Three-pointer rims out for Smith. Anasalo gives it up, and a foul with SC now in the bonus. Women's game, women's college game. It's 5-team fouls. Dugulich became a starter in year number 2 at UCLA. I mentioned she's an Oregon transfer. Became a starter in the last couple of years. Samuels working with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Up top to Watkins. She got that jab step. Back to Samuels. Well off the mark. And a shot clock violation. Tons of women's championships taking place here on this Sunday. This one on CBS, the Big Ten Championship, one of the later tips of the day. Dugulich, cross-court pass. Jones working on it and trying to find the hot-handed Gardner. Well, UCLA hit his first 5 3-pointers. There's another one from Jones. She's got 2 of those here today in a 7-0 UCLA run.
And Londynn Jones doesn't need a lot of time to get that shot off. She's got a quick release, and she's really feeling hot this weekend.
2 and some change left. Watkins driving. Boy. That's post touch. Turning over her right shoulder with a miss.
Yeah, those are rare misses for her. I mean, she's getting the basketball there pretty deep.
Watkins for 3, not there. Chases down her own miss. Gets it back. Puts it back for 2. Lauren Betts has been quiet. 4 points. She's taken 4 shots. And Jones gets rejected.
You've got to be so cognizant of the fact that there's a lot of great shot blockers on this team.
They got Betts.
Got to have that mid-range game ready.
There's Parker, and she commits the personal foul, her first. Certainly lit the world of Los Angeles on fire. Celebrities in the house, folks, of course, like Cheryl Miller, Reggie Miller, Kevin Hart, Vanessa Bryant, Kelsey Plum, comedian Leslie Jones had made an appearance. UCLA went on a 7-0 run, only to be answered by USC's current 6-0 run. A 3-second differential, game and shot clock. hands it off. Arnisalo. Arnisalo, the runner, not there. And a battle for it on the baseline. Here comes Watkins. This is where she excels in the transition. Good ball movement by the Trojans. Results in the three-pointer as Howell pours it in and a 9-0 run for USC. Last shot of the first half, and it generates the largest lead for the Trojans against the Bruins.
You could not have asked for
Watkins, you see her numbers this series. A couple of 30-point games and the leading scorer here in the first half.
Now, can UCLA respond? And that's been a big thing that, as a group, they've had to respond to these things in-game, not just respond to losses to USC.
UCLA, Jones steps right behind the three-pointer.
These O boards are absolutely killing.
Make it 15 in the game.
Killing you, UCLA.
Looking inside to Betts. The Bruins can't get it to her. Betts with the post up there. There's a touch. There's the one-on-one coverage. Betts draws the foul. If UCLA can just carbon USC really physical in the last meeting against Lauren Betts. In fact, so physical, Corey Close thought it was a little bit too...
Yeah, she doesn't think she gets the calls. I mean, she's 6'7", so a lot of times a 6'7" player.
Backdoor cut. Nothing there on the reverse. Jaquez. Gardner for three. Gardner now 2 of 6. All her field goal attempts from three-point territory. On the move. Count the bucket. A big one.
To benefit them, just slug it out. It hasn't done that.
Can't convert on the and one. But before that bucket, USC was over its last 9. It's trying to take advantage of a cold spurt here by USC. Betts. Betts now with 8 points. She averages just under 20 per. Watkins pulls. It's a long 2. Gets the bounce. A 2-pointer for Juju and another 20-point game. Her 26th of the season.
She just creates that space for herself with the dribble. So multifaceted in her skill set.
Watkins' first points of the third quarter in the second half.
She has been pushed around a lot. It's been very physical, as it normally is for her every single night, but hopefully it's all right.
Watkins trying the triple try, not there. And always pursuing the offensive rebound, but that time guilty.
Hand taped before in practice when she's been getting banged up. It's something of a preventative measure that they do, but not something to be alarmed of right now, guys.
Well, good fans, thanks for that thorough report. Good news, really, for UCLA fans.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she is getting bumped around a lot. You see, she's got to use that hand a lot to post up.
Yeah, more of a precautionary measure. It sounds like a handoff there to Rice. Gets it right back, and she knocks down the mid-range. That'll work.
Didn't affect the shot.
Double digits, 27 of 29 games for Pats. Area fan with a point to the sky. Pats with the post touch. Akunwafo defending. Pats gets the bounce. A gratuitous Pats bounce. Things could be turning. Betts makes the free throw. She's 7 of the last 10 points for UCLA. Ariason pulls. Gardner with the rebound. Making sure that USC doesn't get extra opportunities at least that time. Rice off of Barker. Rice off balance off the glass. Shot clock still in play. 2-second differential. Watkins trying to give it up. A post delivery ball is loose. UCLA comes up with it. And a chance to tie or take the lead at the end of the quarter. Rice in trouble, gets wrapped up, calls a timeout with 4.5 left in the quarter.
And that was a smart play.
15 miles from the Galen Center where USC plays to Pauley Pavilion where UCLA plays. A runner coming out of that timeout. Jaquez couldn't get it. Lindsay Gottlieb, USC won the regular season championship by beating UCLA twice and trying to sweep the championships. Last lead coming in the first quarter when it was 11-10. There's only been one lead change here tonight. Betts taking a peek inside, 4 seconds to shoot. UCLA's up against it. Betts has to put it on the deck and beats the shot clock. Wow, ties it at 54.
Betts has been just huge here these last few possessions. You can see she's coming alive.
Offensive foul call. And look at the foul trouble. We've mentioned Jones with 4, Rice with 3, Jaquez with 3. Watkins and Ariafin both with 3 with USC. Ariafin's been playing with the 3 personals for a while.
And I think that's made her have to play a little tentative because of it. And they're going to get it to whoever she's covering. See, that's smart.
Ariafin, handoff to Watkins. Those two work so well together. Watkins splits it. Betts says, give me that. Jones to Betts. Another turnover. Off and running. Over to Watkins. Leaves it short. Oh, they keep it in play. Somehow Marshall did there on the baseline.
UCLA has been able to get stopped.
Ariafin defending Rice. Short. SC basketball.
One-on-one as she gets it done. And this is good. You're isolating her on that left side.
Dugalich maybe has had the most success defensively for UCLA against Watkins in all kinds of traffic. She can't get it. She's frustrated. Rice on the move. The Bruins on the move. Quick hands. Rice stays with it for 2. Samuels thought she had the pickoff.
She nearly did. Great hustle, but Kiki Rice staying with it.
And the Bruins on an 11-0 run to go ahead by 4. Ariafin pursuing and trying the foul. Ariafin's first trip to the free throw line. Men's basketball championship selection show at 6 Eastern right here on CBS.
We'll be glued to our TVs or at the games.
Ariafin gets her hands in the way of that passing lane, forces a turnover. Dugalich has been hawking. Watkins, there she is at the top. All the second half, Watkins forced to give it up. USC gives it up. Jaquez off the glass. Bruins outscored USC in the third quarter, 17-9. So far, outscoring them in the fourth, 8-2. Watkins, pump fake, forcing that shot up.
But you've got to think Watkins must be feeling it in her legs.
Julianne Vianney-Brain, Lisa Bynes, and A.J. Ross with you for the first meeting of the Big Ten Tournament Championship between UCLA and USC. Los Angeles rivals going at it. Barker and her free throw numbers this season. Looks good on the first. Yellow Jacket stars Melanie Linsky with Christina Ricci. Stream the new season now. The sick defensive job on Watkins has made every possession tough. Watkins gives it up. Ariafin calls her back. Ariafin challenging Betts, who gets her. Another block for Betts.
But Kiki Rice here with the finish. These extra possessions, those hustle plays have really gone their way this half. But they've gotten to the rim.
USC is still cold.
I think you give credit to UCLA's defense.
0 for 9 for USC in this quarter. No field goals for the Trojans in the fourth. Barker looking to attack. Watkins comes up with it, surveying her options. calls her own number. Euro step, draws the foul. And she just drew the fourth on Kiki Rice. So 3 players for UCLA with 4 personal fouls. Rice and Jones and Jaquez. Betts immediately trying to post up Marshall, who's her new defender. Rice took a peek, drives left side instead. And Samuels commits the foul. In her words, she said, "We aren't as confident as we should be." A lot of the focus here on the mental game. Averages about 3. Watkins pulls for 3. The struggle continues here for the Trojans. Smith gets another chance. A tie-up. It'll stay here.
Yeah, they've got to play with a sense of urgency here. They need a bucket.
Jaquez defending Watson.
And I know Lauren Betts told us I need to be more aggressive the entire game. And that really struck me because I think something changed in her and clicked in her in the second half.
Out of this timeout. Jaquez gets it inside to Betts. One-on-one coverage. Betts. They're going to make her work for it. 1,000 career points at UCLA for Lauren Betts and a key bucket. She's got 17 in the game. USC playing 5-on-4 with Jones late to cross half court. Marshall puts it back.
And they can still chip away here. Southern California has to continue to chip away here and not give up. But you're going to have to think about fouling. But here, Kiki Rice has
This is a UCLA team that shoots 72% from the free throw line for the season.
They might draw up a play here where they might get one.
USC here tonight, though, shooting 27% from 3.
Can't waste a lot of time.
The seconds are ticking away. Here's Smith, who's 0 for 7 from 3, and she loses it. Coming out of that timeout, USC just 17 total points in the second half. Took them until the final minutes here. Watkins has got to be careful, though. She's got 4 personals from the end of November to middle of February. The only 2 losses were to this USC team.
Yeah, I mean, and it is so hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. I mean, and yes, it's going back to last season for UCLA.
Smith takes it off from the sideline, finds Juju, hits the 3-pointer. Might be too little, too late. Cuts the lead, though, to 5. 13 points, 5 for 5 from the field in the second half. UCLA turns it over, still live here for USC. The seconds counting down. Watson picks it up and puts it in with 4 seconds to go. It's a 3-point game. And the clock is stopped at 3.4. UCLA's been tough from the free throw line. 17 of 20. Well, they didn't have any free throw attempts in the semifinal against Ohio State. And now 13 of 13 this half. Watkins lets it fly. Revenge is sweet for UCLA, especially with a championship at the end of the road.